And then we get into our first bout of day 10, and that's between Kotomitsuki and Takanowaka. Well, these two have never fought before. Relative newcomers. Kotomitsuki, of course, in his second Makuuchi Basho, although he sat out his first one because of an injury. So this is his real first Makuuchi Basho. He's 150 kilos. Takanowaka just slightly lighter, 5 kilos lighter, and they whack in, both locking in tight. Kotomitsuki's got that deep double hold, the morozashi, both arms underneath, right round the back. You can see his hands touching there virtually at the back of Takanowaka, and that's an extremely powerful hold. It seems unlikely that Takanowaka will be able to do much against that, and Kotomitsuki there hustles him out with that morozashi hold, the double hold, and nudges him over the edge for a yorikiri win. So 9 wins now for Kotomitsuki, an amazing performance for this newcomer, and the fourth loss for Takanowaka. Now Minatofuji, veteran, 32 years old, fighting Kotonowaka at 32, both veterans. Kotonowaka, the winner of 5 tournament prizes in the past. Minatofuji with only 1 tournament prize. Certainly Kotonowaka the better performance of the two, according to past statistics. So neither wrestler here looking for the belt, leaning in against each other, head to head, hands on shoulders. Minatofuji looking for that belt, but Kotonowaka pulling the hips back and denying him that hold. In the meantime, gets his own hand on, not too deep though, not right underneath. Well, these two have fought 14 times previously, and Kotonowaka's won 9 of them. So they're trying to tie off Minatofuji's arm, that right arm, putting the pressure on it. He's got his right arm inside, deep. He's only got 1 layer of the mawashi there. Minatofuji tries a grip break, spins round, almost gets Kotonowaka to the edge, but Kotonowaka comes back from that. Well, this is very much typical Kotonowaka. Used to call him Mr. 1 Minute Sumo because he took so long, and here's a long bout indeed. But Minatofuji breaks the grip there, spins him round, and drives him out with the shitate dashinagi. So that's the underarm hold and a push out, slightly from the rear. Tochinonada is a man who won a number of amateur titles. Here fighting Tamanonada in his first Basho. 149 kilos for Tamanonada there, gets slapped down. Well, he bit the dust there pretty hard and just about managing to pick himself up. So that's 8 wins and kachikoshi for Tochinonada. Let's just watch that one again. So they lock in tight. Neither have the belt, but there's the slap. Tamanonada glides off Tochinonada's body, and with a bit of encouragement, a slap on the back of the head, he hits the dohyo surface, the hard dohyo abrasive surface. Now Tamakasuga fighting Tochisakae. These have only fought once before. Tochisakae won it once. Tochisakae powering forward. He's got 5 wins already, and that's his 6th win. So oshidashi win there. Didn't have the belt, he was just pushing him out, so it's oshidashi. If they lock on the belt and they push each other over the edge, then that's yorikiri. So 5th loss there for Tamakasuga. Now Kyokutenho against Tokitsuumi. These two have fought 6 times previously. Tokitsuumi's won 4 of them. So Kyokutenho has won 1 tournament prize. He's a tricky wrestler. He hasn't got a lot of weight. He's obviously tried to put on weight, but 144 kilos still looks quite slim. But loses there, gets pushed over the edge with yorikiri by Tokitsuumi. So that increases Tokitsuumi's head-to-head score there against Kyokutenho by 1. 5 wins now against Kyokutenho. Now Asanowaka, well, he's been struggling a bit. He's at Maegashira 11. He's getting a little bit close to the bottom of the Maegashira, but he's still capable of surprises, and indeed there was one. slaps in. He's brilliant off the tachi-eye, and he's a real showman. Well, he's been told to tone down his showmanship, but even his belt is a statement, that brilliant red colour. Now Toki out next. His Midnight, his wife, had their first child, weighed in at 4.070 kilos, somewhat lighter than Toki's 172 kilos. And Toki there, well, hasn't lost any midnight sleep over that one, or at least it hasn't affected him there, slapping out Kotoryu without too much trouble. Celebration of his new child. Fifth win there for Toki and fifth loss for Kotoryu. Mongolian Kyokushuzan fights the oldest wrestler in the Makuuchi division. That's Akinoshima. He's 33 years old. Well, he's still in there. Didn't have such a wonderful tournament last time. 7 wins against 8 losses. But he's won 19 tournament prizes, which puts him in the record book. No other wrestlers won as many as that. Look at that sidestep there. Kyokushuzan came out, reached for his shoulders, and that split second, Akinoshima just turned sideways. Inashi, they call that. It's like a door opening when you expect to push it and it's not there. And Kyokushuzan pushed out then from behind with okuridashi by Akinoshima. So third win, much needed win by Akinoshima. And the 8th loss and makikoshi for Kyokushuzan. Now Wakanosato, powerful wrestler, 156 kilos, fights a mere 120 kilos in the shape of Hamanoshima. They fought 5 times, and Wakanosato's won all 4 of them. Well, Wakanosato certainly knows how to use his power. He locks on, and he can move the biggest wrestlers, even the big Hawaiian wrestlers. He can move them around with that power. And there it is. He just spins him out with that overarm throw, the uwatenage. 8th loss there for Hamanoshima and makikoshi. Wakanosato came back to the Makuuchi division after historic one basho in the Juryo division, or rather one back from one good tournament in the Makuuchi division, which he did very well, and then back up to Sanyaku. Now Wakanoyama, Young Mountain fights Noble Wave. Takanonami from the Futokoyama stable. Only 1 win so far. He's had 8 straight losses from day 1, which he's never done before. And there's another loss, 9 losses. So that's 1 win and 9 losses for Takanonami. Well, he's on the slippery slope, that's for sure. He's 29 years old. He's been in Makuuchi Sumo since 1991, 9 years. And he'll be back next time at a lower rank, Komusubi no doubt, or perhaps lower. Chiyotenzan, 150 kilos. Dejima, 160 kilos. They fought 6 times previously. Dejima's won 5 of them. Chiyotenzan's got a bit of judo experience, but there his legs skidded. His legs widened there, almost did the splits, and Dejima took advantage of that in a split second. So that was Dejima's 7th win. 3rd loss so far. Still a chance to pile up a few more wins before he gets to the end. And Kachikoshi, Chiyotaikai, the bad boy of sumo, coming in. It's going to be a good bout in a minute when he fights Takanohana. Now on to the next bout. Kaio against Higonoumi. Kaio, of course, from Kyushu, hence the call of the crowds. He's got 7 wins so far. Higonoumi's only got 2 wins. These two have had 11 head-to-heads before. Kaio's won 7 of them. Kaio, unusually there, crashes heads at the beginning. Doesn't move his head to one side, came straight out, banged in heads. Changing his sumo a little bit now, Kaio. He doesn't normally do that. He normally comes out, keeps his head out the way and goes for the belt or a straight push. But now doing the head charge at the start. Tends to scramble the brains a bit, or at least it has in Chiyotaikai's case, but that's the game. Now, Musoyama against Tosonoumi. These two have fought many times. previously, some 19, but it's pretty evens. 10-9 to Tosanumi, and Musayama pushing in hard there. Musayama on the right with the silver grey. Mawashi, and Tosanumi fighting back hard. Well, that was a hard bout there. Certainly in this basho, the wrestlers are getting absolutely smashed down from some of these clashes. You can see that. He's limping as he comes back. It's certainly getting rougher. It's quite noticeable now how hard some of these wrestlers are going down, and some prize money there for Musayama. And we know from scientific tests that there's over 1,200 kilograms of impact from a single wrestler. So when two hit, there's a tremendous smash between the two. And now we have Takanohana. It's a classic shiko there, that's the leg stamp. Leg goes high, quite difficult to do that. Need great suppleness to be able to do that. These two fought 12 times previously. Takanohana's won 7 of them. But Takanohana's on the slide a bit. He had a good start, good first half to this basho, but showing signs of drifting a bit in the second half. Chiyotenzan scattering the salt in the great Chiyonofuji style, and an overhand salt scatter. Chiyotenzan, 160 kilos. That's a premature start. Once upon a time, of course, a full start incurred a fine. They ruled that out a couple of years ago, but perhaps they ought to introduce it again. And a measured start there. Chiyotenzan leads with a head, smacks straight into Takanohana. Takanohana coming back, looking for the belt, and loses it. Skids down. Takanohana takes his second loss. And Chiyotenzan there making all the running. Didn't give Takanohana a chance to grab the belt. And as Takanohana was looking for that belt, Chiyotenzan pulled away, and that allowed Takanohana to drop down to the ground. Now, both came into this bout with 8 wins and 1 loss apiece. But that's Takanohana dropping behind now in the race for the Emperor's Cup. This is the moment. Takanohana starts looking for the belt, can't get it, and as Chiyotenzan retreats, Takanohana slides forward and down to the surface of the dohyo. Now the second of the 3 yokozuna. Akebono, 8-1 score, fighting Miyabiyama, same 8-1. These two have fought 7 times in previous head-to-heads. Akebono's won 5 of them. Akebono is looking powerful. Full start there from Miyabiyama. Miyabiyama, who came up from the Makushita start to Ozeki in only 12 bashos. Well, look at the power of that. Certainly Akebono is looking unstoppable these days. Those huge weight he uses to maximum advantage. His 2 hands come out like pistons, and he just blasts the opposing wrestler backwards. Miyabiyama smashes down there from that double thrust, the hikiotoshi. Let's watch that again. Akebono, there's those 2 hands. Look at them, straight to the shoulder, and look at that single thrust there. Enough to send Miyabiyama staggering backwards and down. And now the concluding bout of the day, day 10. Tochinohana, who comes from the same amateur sumo stable as Miyabiyama, Meiji University, here fighting Musashi Maru. They've only met once previously. Musashi Maru won that. Musashi Maru there, fast off the line, and there's another exhibition of power from the yokozuna. Just like the previous one, certainly these 2 Hawaiian foreign yokozuna are annihilating the Japanese opposition here, and Tochinohana limping a bit there off that one. So that's Musashi Maru, 9 wins and 1 loss, 7 losses for Tochinohana. So at the end of day 10, we have Musashi Maru, Akebono, Chiyotenzan and Kotomitsuki in the lead with 9 wins and 1 loss. A step behind Takanohana, Kaio and Miyabiyama with 8 wins and 2 losses. And with the bow twirling ceremony, we come to the end of day 10. But stay with us, we'll be back very shortly.